From Master Rank 49 to 121 in just a few weeks, this is the story of my return to Iceborne. Since July 9th when the Alatreon update arrived, I've been playing Iceborne pretty much non-stop and I've been having a fabulous time. Here's my journey of how I went from Master Rank 49 to 121 in such a short time and my thoughts on the endgame of Iceborne. Disclaimer, one of the reasons I've been able to get back into the game has been the world situation that has many of us working from home. Normally by the time I get home from work, bought groceries, cooked dinner, spent time with my daughter, it'd be like 9:30 p.m. So I'd had very little time to play on the console. But being at home all day, I regained all that time from the commuting. I could do short hunts over lunch, prepare dinner early, and get time to play, which has been really nice. So I picked up pretty much from late last year when I stopped playing Iceborne, so I barely had any resources. I didn't even have armor spheres to upgrade my outdated armor. So after a few attempts of Alatreon, it became clear to me that the game had assumed that I'd been keeping up to date with content. So I put trying to clear it on hold for a few days, and thought about how to catch up after being gone for so long. July 11th through 12th, Safajiva. I jumped on the opportunity to try this siege out and immediately was wowed by how fun it was. Sure, it gets real time consuming and a bit sluggish once you do it many times, but I highly suggest that you go on to fight this monster if you get the chance while it's up. Making a full set of Safi armor with some nice weapons took me 2 good days of hunting, but I was really happy that I did. I love the idea of how its weapons work. You get a basic weapon and you spend crystals that you earn by doing the quest to roll a roulette and slot in any 5 base stats that you want. The more you do, the better the skills that you can get, so it's basically like a make a weapon factory. If you don't have access to this monster because it is an event quest, there's a very popular Raging Brachydios and Teostra set that you can go for as well. Just make sure not to forget negate Blast Blade on your armor. July 16th, Alatreon goes down. After spending a few days researching elemental power in the caps and Iceborne so that I could educate myself on how to take down the monster, I discovered that I had enough materials to make its light bowgun simply from the materials that I got from my cat, which was plundering it during all my test hunts. This weapon is the sole reason I got back into the game. It is so comfortable and fun to use. I personally tend to use a light bowgun at the end of each Monster Hunter game, with Sedegio's light bowgun in Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate, and Nargacuga light bowgun in Monster Hunter Generations Ultimate being my endgame weapon of choice. Putting together my learning over the previous few days and the videos that I made, and the new weapon, I joined up with another hunter and we took down Alatreon. I hunted a few more afterwards and finished the final upgrade for the light bowgun, and also made some of its armor as well. While my thoughts are still mixed on the execution of the one-hit kill mechanic, there is no denying that the creation of such a wall is what pushed me to research, practice, and work hard towards clearing the hunt. Ignoring the Eschaton judgment, the hunt is absolutely fabulous. The monster is in its best form it's ever been in the series, and the moveset is exciting and fair. July 19th, Guiding Land Mining. So my Safajiva set was great, but I couldn't even fully upgrade it because I didn't have armor spheres to do so. After learning what many already knew, I focused on mining the ores in the Guiding Land, and in just 1 to 2 days I was swimming in keen armor spheres, celestial prints, max potions, and more. I was also massively overwhelmed by the chaotic map structure of the Guiding Lands when I first encountered it last year, and this mining method taught me the map. I still get lost in the middle forest section, but that's the only confusing part of the map. The other regions are like small bedrooms, and they're very fun to hunt in. July 21st, Master Rank Kulve Aq and the Aqua Shot. While not part of my journey so to say, I decided to try out Master Rank Kulve Aq, and ultimately why I adore the hunt and the monster. I have to admit I'm still very unhappy with the fact that the monster can flee in the final area. I would like to think that if you beat the timer twice already, you have earned the fight to finish it in the Anything Goes Down showdown in the final arena. Her weapons are neat in that they come with an armor skill already baked in. For example, she has a light bowgun which has critical element already slotted inside of it. I love this idea and I hope that they do this in future games as it can really help with distinguishing each weapon. Like imagine if Diablo's weapons had natural slugger and stuff like that. I also for fun used a lot of those celestial prints which I got from that farming method with the Steamworks to make some Safajiva gems, which I can convert over to weapons at the melter, and I managed to get the Aqua Shot light bowgun. This is the ultimate light bowgun sticky weapon, and it would come in handy over the next few days. July 22nd, the festival begins. The most recent festival just started and thus my grind. I used the fuel in the Steamworks and in half a day I had all the core decorations that I was missing from the game, which reduced a lot of stress and opened up a lot of set building. The way it works is that during festivals, the Steamworks will also pay out tickets which you can use to meld decorations at the Elder Melder, and the silver ones will give you pretty much all the base decorations that you need. I made about 600 to 800 decorations with the fuel that I had, and it was at this point I decided to go for MR100 because I realized that I still had not fought the other monsters like Ruiner Nergigante, Tempered Elder Dragons, Silver Rathalos, and Gold Rathian. I was still MR62. July 22nd through 24th, MR62 to MR100. I did a bunch of the Tempered Zinogre quests from the event, which was like half a bar of experience and the ability to get some good decorations, and by that point I broke the MR cap to get to MR70. From here I quickly went to focus on those 5 monster crown quests. These take about 15 to 20 minutes to beat and they pay out about 1.5 bars of level, so with just 4.5 hours of grinding the Coral Highlands quest with 3 other players, I got my MR from 71 to 83. The next day I did some guiding land hunting in my Coral region, and with the ability of being able to cart twice at the beginning to just get that fortify 2 times, you're like 20% more powerful going in, so the hunts in the guiding lands become a lot easier and a lot less stressful since you can still cart afterwards and it's okay. That got me up to Master Rank 91. For the final push, I was getting fatigued and exhausted from all this hunting, so I decided to take my Sappy Aquashot Sticky Light Bowgun and start going into SOS rooms that had quest timers that I knew it showed that they could use the help. You don't get the quest rewards if you join a quest that late, but you do get the Master Rank points. So I ate for Safeguard to ensure that I wouldn't cart and fail the quest for them. I entered and would proceed to paralyze, sleep, KO, and trap the monsters. Cleaning things up for these other hunters went pretty fast, and I got from MR 91 to 99 in just a few hours. July 24th, Ruiner Nergigante. This fight is super exciting, and it took me a good 23 minutes to take it down the first time that I attempted it. I have no problem admitting that I used Farcaster several times to restock on items. People are so good at destroying this monster because it flinches a lot that I think you can probably easily get it done online if you're stuck. I can now solo the event quest, which is against a Tempered Ruiner Nergigante in under 10 minutes. Ruiner in my eyes makes Nergigante the best flagship of Monster Hunter World and Iceborne, far better than Velkhana. It is super aggressive, but it's a fight that is fair and tough. July 25th, the Guiding Lands begins. With the ability to have the Guiding Land regions buffed up to level 7, I can now grind to get my Coral region to level 7, which would unlock Tempered Namiel. This is the monster with the parts that are needed in order to augment my weapons for health, meaning that every time I hit the monster, I'll regain a little bit of health. The monsters in Investigations and Core Quests give the materials for crafting the weapons and armor, and the monsters in the Guiding Lands pay out materials for upgrading and augmenting them. This type of clear separation I really like, and it helps offset the fact that you have unlimited carts in the Guiding Lands. You can join another person's room and just help them hunt monsters in the area that you want to level up, and you'll get experience towards your own Guiding Lands. Teaming up with another hunter, the two of us did a bunch of Namiel and Silver Rathalos. By simply equipping the level 1 Geologist skill, you get double the shiny drops in the Guiding Lands, and that means that every flinch, every wall bang, every mount, every part break, you get multiple shiny drops and with no limit. With just one hunt, I had over 50 shiny drops, and these things give out the materials that you need to augment your weapon, as well as the rare Great Dragon Vein gems that you need to remove all the level caps for your armor and craft the endgame level charms. So the hard work is in leveling up the area and getting access to the monster. Getting the actual items that you need from it is super easy and fun with no RNG to stop you. Hunting tempered monsters in the Guiding Lands will also explode your master rank, so I went from master rank 100 to 113 in no time. Silver Rathalos I really liked. Keep in mind that I use Insect Glaive, so it being in the air so often with such large wings, it's basically a free-for-all for me. Its moves were flashy but fair, and it felt overall very well balanced. He also won't leave the area, meaning no stress of having to chase after him, which was a core complaint that I had from Monster Hunter World. Thank God. July 26, Gold Rathian and the Great Beyond. Now, enjoying the benefits of the health augment on my weapon, it has made using the Sappy set even better. I teamed up with some hunters to do Gold Rathian, and I have to say I'm not a huge fan of her in Iceborne. She spans the somersault constantly, and it can get tedious as a result. But using a light bowgun for most of the endgame has made things easier for me though, as I get to fight at a relatively safe distance, and when I do go Blade Master, I know what not to do since I've been getting a front row ticket of seeing other hunters get hit over and over in the other hunts as I pew the monster. Finally, the endgame system of the Guiding Lands itself has been so greatly improved over time. They added the ability to lock in those levels so you're no longer trying to struggle as you balance to maintain the levels that you want, and the leveling can be done simply by gathering tracks and doing a few hunts. You can also now purchase lures from the Elder Melder, meaning that you can basically summon any monster that you want inside of your guiding lands. This takes away all the stress of the original guiding lands, combined with the fact that the materials that you want are given as shiny drops and you can abuse Geologist level 1, the guiding lands itself has become a rather fun place to hunt in. Going forward, I'm not sure how much I will sink into the game, but with additional tiers of augment slots still to unlock, I have goals ahead of me. With maxed out armor with over 1000 defense, the monsters are much more manageable. The steam works and the ability to do the 10 times output pretty much means that I will never have to worry about armor spheres or other base ingredients and materials. I've got all the base decorations I need thanks to it as well, so overall the endgame has become very enjoyable. I gave the endgame of Iceborne a second chance, and I think you should too as well if you've been away from the game like I was. There's a lot of fun to be had here, and some of the best hunts are behind this wall, which you can get over. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and hearing about my journey back into the endgame, and until next time, happy hunting.